Well, hello there, ladies and gents. I'm Tammy Sopnewski. Thank you so much for popping by my channel. This week's video is an addition to last week's live stream that I had done. I want to start a YouTube channel, and one of the main reasons was I'm just nervous. I get tongue-tied whenever I'm in front of the camera. Here's the thing. It's totally normal. I remember when I was doing my first few videos, I was completely alone in the studio, and as soon as I hit record, my heart started pounding out of my chest. It was crazy. But here's the thing. It really makes no sense, right? Because if there's something you've done that you're not happy with, you just hit delete. No one has to see it, hear it. They don't even have to know that it existed. You might be watching this video right now going, yep, that's me. As soon as I hit record, can't speak, can't talk, everything just leaves my mind. So after 2 years of making and posting videos, I feel like I can speak with a little bit of authority as to, how it feels to be in your position. I can give you some tips and also recommend a really great tool to help you out. So here's tip number 1, and I think the most helpful tip of all. Just practice. Get yourself in front of a camera and hit record. Get used to that feeling of being in the spotlight, so to speak. Spotlight / key light, I guess. Listen, just like anything else that you have to practice to get good at, piano, guitar, the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it and the easier it will become. Trust me, it's going to get easier. Okay, shh. Doing the video now. Remember I told you we're doing the video? There's a lot of different ways that you can go about producing a video for your channel. You could be like me and just hit record and start talking to the camera. Whatever it is that I'm talking about, whether it's a piece of gear I'm about to review, that's because I've worked with that piece of gear. I've tested it, so I know all about it. I'm not just shooting from the hip. So it's very easy when you know what you're talking about. But let's say that, you get in front of the camera and your mind completely just draws a blank. I knew what I was going to say, but now I've lost it. It won't come back. It's just because I'm too nervous and I can't keep the words or getting all jumbled in my head. What am I going to do? I would recommend getting an inexpensive teleprompter like this one I just happen to have sitting right behind me. And don't feel like, that's a rookie thing, because it's absolutely not. Teleprompters are all over movie sets, news stations, on a lot of the larger YouTuber channels. Look at Parker Wallback. He sits down and scripts out every single video that he produces. Now, the thing that I really like about this is that it's super simple and easy, and it comes with all of the different components that you need in one kit. Be a good girl. Help me. So the good thing that I like about the Desview is that you can use it with a DSLR, a smartphone, or a device like an iPad mini. If you're using it for a camera, oh my goodness, it is so easy. It literally just hangs off the end of your lens and you're good to go. So on the back, there's this mounting plate. Let me just pull this down. So what you need to do is figure out the filter size for your lens. Like if you were putting an ND filter on there, you'd have to know what your threading is for your lens size. They supply you with a set of adapter rings of all kinds of different sizes, so it doesn't matter what your lens is, that ring is going to be in there. And all you would do is screw one of the adapter rings onto your lens, and it literally has just like a little mount onto that slips right on. You don't have to worry about it ripping out the mount of your camera. It's pretty lightweight. And as far as assembly goes, the only thing that I had to screw onto this is the little mounting plate for your phone. And this is where you're going to place your phone or your iPad mini so that your script can roll and you can see it. Now, besides the rings, the teleprompter, it also comes with a remote because it comes with an app that you can put your scripts into and control the speed of your script with the remote control. I do want to let you know that Desview did send me this product free of charge to make a review video on, but I don't have to say anything nice about it. I will leave a link down in the description. It is an affiliate link, so if you do use that link, it does help to support the channel, and I thank you if you should use it. With their app, you can control the way that your script looks. You can choose how big your font is, flip the script vertically so that when you're reading it from a mirror, it's the correct orientation. I purchased an app a few years ago. It's called Prompt Smart Pro. It is so easy. You just tap on the app, you hit the plus symbol. You could sit down and type out the script directly in the app, or you can actually import a script like Notepad, like copy and paste basically. Okay, so let's say I'm filming myself with the phone. All I have to do is hit the play button. It will register the script. Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, there lived a husband and a wife who tried for many years to have a child but couldn't. So basically, if you're making content with your phone, if you don't own a camera, that app is all you need. If you do have a setup like I have with a camera, having that Desview T3 is really awesome because it makes it very simple to follow along. So I think Desview has some bugs to work out in their app, and if they do upgrade it to where it's voice activated, they could do away with the remote. You wouldn't even need it. Now, as I said before, I normally don't use scripts. I just hit record and start talking. But I am going to use the Desview T3 for this particular portion because I'm dabbling in a little idea I have.
Scary stories my mom told me.
A long time ago, in a place that would have otherwise been forgotten, lived a husband and a wife. They tried for many years to have a child, but couldn't. Until one day the wife became pregnant with twins. Knowing that it was nothing short of a miracle, she had a large portrait of Christ painted, a fitting tribute to the God that had blessed her barren womb. On the day her sons were born, even though she was exhausted from their birth, she walked them over and presented them to the picture. The twins grew from babies into healthy young boys, and every day she would gaze upon the picture and say prayers of thanks. Then one day there was a knock on her door. It was the village priest. He had come with the terrible news that there had been an accident and that both of her sons were dead. An old woman had witnessed one of the boys falling into the river. His brother jumped in to save him. Neither would resurface again, alive. After their sons were buried, the woman was left in the quiet of her house, no longer a home. She walked over to the picture. There were no thank yous that day. Instead, she turned the picture so that it was facing away from her. When her husband returned, he found her sitting and staring at the picture. Knowing how greatly his wife was suffering, he didn't have to ask why. He went to remove it from the wall, but she stopped him. She wanted the picture to remain backwards, as a symbol that God himself had turned his back on her. After a month, the priest was concerned the couple had not returned to church. He felt compelled to visit them. He knew their faith in God must be shaken, and that it was his job to restore it. When the door was answered, it was the wife who invited him in, and he could see the grief had taken a great physical toll on her. He noticed a picture that was hanging backwards. He thought it might be of the boys, perhaps too painful to look at. The priest pointed to the picture and asked her why it was hanging that way. It's a picture of God. I blame him for taking away my sons, taking them away before they even had a chance to live. The priest rose and walked over to the picture while she continued on. Why? Why would God do this to my boys, my precious boys? When the priest turned the picture, he almost couldn't believe his eyes. This is why God took your sons. The painting was no longer of Christ. It was now a picture of two young men that had been hanged from a tree with signs that read, "Murderers." If God had not taken your boys as innocent children, this is the fate they would have met as men. What I'd like to do maybe is shoot some footage to go along with those stories. Eventually. Okay, so now for my thoughts on the Desview T3. If you're someone that's just filming yourself on a phone, I don't even think you need a full teleprompter like this. However, if you are using a DSLR, this is a perfect fit for any camera and any size lens. So the prices range on Amazon anywhere from like 60 something up to about like $120. I think the $120 is a little on the pricey side. I think if they had a fully functional app where you didn't need the remote control, I think that would be worth it. Overall, I do recommend it. Well, that's going to do it here for me today. I thank you so much for joining me. And until next time, please wear your sunblock.